Sorry about that. Okay, I have to re-record again because my mom interrupted my goddamn recording for the fourth time. Anyways, so when I was in when I was in kindergarten to elementary school, I was this really shy, introverted kid. Well, I wasn't shy, but actually I was shy. I remember I was super into space and stuff. I would watch these Kurtz Kasag, like those science channels. I was like, oh my god, this stuff is so cool. And I would just share my interest with everybody. They were like, "Oh my god, this guy's so cool. This guy's like so smart." But in reality, I was just regurgitating the stuff that was told. And then I remember I was like socially behind everybody else. I wasn't like in recess. I would wander off into the middle of nowhere. Actually, not in the middle of nowhere, in the field, in the school's playground, and fantasize, or not fantasize. I'm gonna say fantasize. That has too much of a bad connotation. I would daydream about like stories I would create in my own head with like based off the stuff I was watching, like Power Rangers or whatever show was on Netflix at the time. Holy mother of God, that was a bad voice crack. But anyways, and the thing is that my parents they were super concerned that I was like there was something wrong with me. They took me to the doctor. Or like, they got me evaluated. I got diagnosed with autism, and then I never thought much of it until I got into middle school, and then uh, I got bullied relentlessly because I was so socially behind everybody else. I was irritable. I mean, I was always irritable, but it got even worse then because people were pushing me to my limit. I remember people would call me curry boy behind my back. They would like make fun of my big lips, my big nose, like my my then unibrow, and then I had a mustache at the time, which they made fun, which they bullied me relentlessly for. Again, I don't want to victimize myself here, but that's really what it is. And I remember I just didn't know what to do at the time because I went from being like being so having my own world to myself to being forced into the real world. Like I remember there's this book, Marcel in the Real World. It's about this like autistic guy that gets put into his dad's law firm and he has to deal with some shitty coworkers. It's like that. And I remember I would just cry a lot during like class because I was just so like hurt by whatever they said. This is that I remember like yeah everyone it was like all the popular kids right they would make fun of me for being weak for my outfits they would laugh behind my back and then whenever I lashed out they're like oh my god bro it's just a joke chill when in reality it was just not a joke they were just being horrible people and then I remember people would. I remember this one guy. He really wanted to bully me. He would make fun of me for having no friends every single day. He would like target my weak violin playing, and then he would always find a way to mess with me. Like in my head, he would taunt me. And keep in mind, I did not learn social cues at the time, so I was super irritable. I just wanted to give him a piece of my mind. That did not work. That only made things worse. And then over time people started losing respect for me because they saw my plight as self-inflicted, which quite frankly it was. And then I remember every day I would come home and just be super irritable because I was just getting bullied so hard by these people. And and then uh yeah I'm still gonna keep on doing the video so and and then in and then like roughly around like eighth grade ninth grade I had to readjust to a more relaxed environment where I had this like hyper vigilance where everyone saw everyone around me as a competition to be better than. So what happened was that I was like that super like standoffish guy. Like I was like saying like "F you, I don't need you, I'm better than you. Can't handle the real me, MFer." And then when everyone thought that was stupid, and then they made fun of me more for being the quiet kid in the class and never talked to anybody, when I thought I was better than everyone else because of it. So like I'm pretty sure there's like this thing where some autistic people like they cope with thinking with like a superiority complex. I think that's what I was doing. Might be wrong though, but that's not the point. Uh, and I remember my couple of friends got me into the gym, and then that's how I guess I got my gains. Yes, sir. Uh, yeah, and going back to what I said about like those popular kids bullying me, to this day they still look down on me, even though like I'm more jacked, I'm taller, I'm more confident. They still see me as like this weak little boy that that was so pathetic. That was like super weak and twinkish. Yeah, and the thing is that okay, again, going back to my passion, now I just have nothing. I have confidence, but that's all I have. I don't have the ability to get lost in something for hours. I don't have the time. I don't have the I don't have the energy. I don't have the like anything. My parents will just get mad at me for just forgetting to do stuff like eat my dinner or just or like or anything, which is understandable. But remember, like I was so into these things, I would just forget everything else and just have fun with that. It was amazing. As bad as that sounds, it was really amazing. And now I'm now expected to do this. I'm expected to get every single one of my assignments turned in on time. If I don't, I'm just getting I'm getting scolded. And then parents are like, "Oh my god, you do nothing." When in reality, I have nothing to do. Okay, like, I don't really have the drive for anything because it's just beaten out of me. Okay, because and then like, now my doctor, everyone's saying, "Oh, I'm doing so much better." When in reality, I have no passion. Okay, I'm just dead inside, 24/7. I'm just dead inside. Uh, I can't. I don't have a space where, like, even in the gym, it's like I don't care about the stuff anymore. It's just something I do for benefit. Like I've reached a point where everything I do is solely for benefit, and it's just purely for gain. It's it's fucking hell because I can't just enjoy anything anymore. There has to be a practical benefit out of something. That's I don't know if it's because that's what I really thought the whole time, or what. But that's just what was expected of me. But I can't just do stuff for fun. It's always I have to be good. I have to be excel because I was always told from a young age that I have to work hard. That everything I have to do has to have a reason by my parents, by my fucking teachers. And then now look what have you done? Okay, now I can't. Now I feel guilty for just enjoying things. I can't go to the gym and just and not want to come home thinking, yeah, I need to stop spending time in the gym. I can't, and I have to worry about college, even though I'm a sophomore in high school. I have to worry about studying for a final because I have such a bad grade in math. Okay, like I know these are all my fault, but I wish I could just forget about everything and just have fun. Because when I do, I get shat on for doing nothing. Okay, that pisses me off. Anyways, that's enough of that. Peace out.